I'm just extremely proud. My childhood best friend drove all the way to see me. So my aunts, it's just, I felt the love today. I felt the love.
So many people came out from different parts, right? My family loves me too. I don't know if I'm getting 18 people to travel cross country. Why? What was the draw?
I think that they each believe in me so much, and they support me regardless, that if I said, hey, next month I'm graduating, they'll be like, okay, let's go. I have a very strong, supportive network. It was just hey guys, I'm graduating. Attend my commencement ceremony. And it was like, we'll be there. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's my family.
Hello and welcome to the Degrees of Success podcast. I'm your host, Stephan Pascal. We're here in Phoenix at the 2026 Commencement, and I'm here with a Miss Bria James. And Bria, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you just walk that aisle?
I just walked that aisle.
Please, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Bria James. I was born and raised on the island of St. Croix, United States Virgin Islands, and now I'm a proud alumni of the University of Phoenix.
Yes, you are. And thank you. That was Dr. Bria James.
That is correct.
So please tell us, you gave us a little preview. What degree did you just get?
Business administration. My doctorate's in business administration.
Your doctorate in business administration. All right. So for the rest of this, because you've earned it, I'm going to be referring to you as Dr. James, if that's okay.
I would love that.
Well, good. You earned it. So tell us about your journey. What's got you here? What brought you to the University of Phoenix?
Well, I would definitely give credit to my brother, Brendan James. He was very instrumental in me even applying to this university. He actually started, and he convinced me to join with him, and I did just so. And the journey has just been up and down. I wouldn't say it was easy peasy. However, I learned a lot of information of being a scholar, a practitioner, and a leader. And that's one of the models that we are heavily influenced by in the program.
Well, now take me back some, because I can only imagine to get to this point, Dr. James, that there was a lot of stuff along the way.
I had to write the dissertation. I had to go through the oral defense. It was a lot.
Well, even before this, to get to your doctorate, I mean, tell me about your background.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know about you.
So, like I mentioned earlier, I am from the island of St. Croix, United States Virgin Islands. It's a beautiful 84 square mile island close to Puerto Rico in the Caribbean. I attended the St. Croix Central High School, in which I graduated as the valedictorian.
Okay.
Then I moved to Virginia to attend Hampton University, an HBCU. Returned back home to my hometown in St. Croix, attended Nova Southeastern Online, and then University of Phoenix.
Wow. So I have to know what's driven you. That's a journey into self-education. Besides, right, getting into background, family, and all that stuff. What's driven you along the way?
To just keep going. Seeing the better version of myself. I love school. I feel like I'm going to be a student forever. I love learning. I could learn from a 2-year-old. I could learn from a 50-year-old. So I'm forever learning. And I think completing my doctorate has been a lifelong dream for me. So to finally accomplish it today really speaks volume of my character.
Wow. And you I don't know how long you've been doing this. And my mother taught me well enough. I'm not going to ask anybody's age. But you've accomplished a lot in a relatively short period of time, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, I have no issue sharing my age. I am 28 years old.
28-year-old Dr. James.
Yes.
Okay, so I got to know. Has this just been this great, easy journey? You haven't had to do anything else? It was just focus on school, no distractions, and you're just driven that way?
Well, sort of. My mom, Abby Matthew James, never wanted me to work, when I was in school, at least for undergrad, I would say. And she just said, Bria, I just want you to focus on your education, bring home good grades. That's all I want. And both my parents have been supported. And because of their support, it kind of let me go out into the world during my master's education and now my doctoral journey to be more independent and just to keep on going. And I could achieve anything. Like literally, if I put my mind to it, I can do it.
So now tell me about your family. Tell me about the support, because that's the one thing we all know, right? When you get to this point, it's very rarely where it's just right one person doing it. It's usually taking a village. What type of support system have you had?
Most definitely. I have one of the best support systems ever. My mother, my father, my whole entire family flew up for this occasion.
Now you said you're from St. Croix. Your whole family? How many came out?
18.
Did you 18?
18. And they all flew in.
And they all flew in.
And drove. Some drove, yes. Because some were in Texas, like closer states. So some drove to come to this commencement.
So I know it's going to be hard to put in words, but I want to know, how does it feel to have that sort of support, to see you on such a monumental day, such a monumental
Incredible.
occasion? How does it feel?
Incredible. Because sometimes when I look at my other colleagues, they were giving away tickets because they didn't have like family support. And then it dawned on me, like, family support is vital. And I don't want to underestimate it. I appreciate each and every individual that came out to support me. I love them dearly. They could have been any place in this world, but they chose to be here with me today. So it really warms my heart.
So tell me, because this is, and I love the story, and the confidence, you know who you are. I'm going to get to where you're going next, but this thought that family support system that you have, that's led you along this way, and that's where the opportunities have been there. For many of us are that are tuning in, that are going there, it's one thing to have support. It's quite another to actually do something. Plenty of people have support, but that's still not driven to be lifelong learners. So what's been that force? Then all the knowledge that you take, what's driving you to keep on learning?
Well, I lean on God. I'm a Christian, and I ask him for the strength to endure anything that comes my way, any obstacles. So with God, I know I could do anything, and I keep persevering.
Yeah. So tell me where you're from in the area. Is this, how many doctors how many people with that same story of a Dr. James are there?
Not many, but I hope to change that narrative.
Yes. I have some friends, some close friends from St. Croix, that same thing. Tell me about the impact that you think, right? And we'll say think, even though I know. Tell me about the impact you think having someone as an example like you that's doing this, that's going back, St. Croix, Dr. James. What sort of impact do you think you might have on your community?
I think my community is going to respect me more. And I think that they'll be encouraged and inspired to continue, no matter what level of academic there are, whether it's bachelor's, master's, just keep going. For example, I have my roommate came to see me today as a support system. And she said, after coming to the commencement, she wants to go back to school. And also my brother wants to go back to school. So people around me wants to go back. So if I could make such a big impact for those around me, I can't even imagine the impact I would make when I go back to my hometown in St. Croix.
Yeah, so what's next for you?
I have a lot of plans, and I'm just going to let God direct my path at this point. I'm not going to pinpoint and say exactly my next moves, but you will be hearing of me and great stories ahead.
Oh, I'm sure that's the case. Now we have your mom's in studio too, right? She's sitting over there on the side. I'm not even going to look over there, but I know it's a proud mom.
She is. Avian Matthew James.
Tell me, what impact has your mom had on your life?
Oh, man. My dissertation is actually dedicated to my mother.
Tell me more.
So my mom was an educator. She was a social worker, an educator, a principal, and just seeing my mom instill education in my brother and I at such an early age, I felt that need to continue reading, continue exposing myself to different aspects of the world. So my mom was very impactful, and I love her dearly.
Wow.
Yes.
So I got to tell you, that's we all love our moms, right? We all have that, and whether we have our moms still or not, when you're a parent, you hope that what you do, you hope that your kids can take that next step and have opportunities maybe that you didn't have, or just be able to seize their passion and their joy. I'm just going to ask you, and I already know how do you think your accomplishments have made your mom feel? Extremely
proud. Extremely proud. I mean, I don't think there are any words to describe how my mom feels today. I know I was speaking to my mom on my way here, and she said even them hooding me on the stage was such an emotional part of her day. I'm getting emotional talking about it because my mom and I and my brother, the three of us, have really been stuck together like glue. And what I really like about my mom as well, like I could never disappoint her. Even if I make a mistake, she said, "Okay, Bria, let's try again." She has always been that support, and I am forever, forever grateful for my mother.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And I think for our listeners, your mom, who I'm not going to look over there because I don't want to tear up too, but that giving back, it's to be able to see your child do that and those words of expression. I'm sure that's echoing for all the other parents out there that are doing the sacrifices and doing what they can to help their kids be successful. You're representing a lot of them too. So thank you for sharing that.
And I also want to add my dad as well. I don't want to leave him out because he also has been supportive of me as well.
Thanks for thanks for not forgetting the fathers there too. Thank you for sharing that. So now tell me, you've been along this journey, and you've walked that aisle, Dr. James.
Yes.
Now, for those of our listeners, right, that are watching this, listening to this, they may be at a different, right, we're all at different paths, different journeys. There might be someone from St. Croix or from Puerto Rico, from the other islands, not even thinking about education or that getting that degree being a possibility, let alone becoming a doctor someday. What would you tell them?
The race is not for the swift, but the one who endures to the end. Your path and my path will not be the same. However, in your own timing, you got this.
Wow. That is some gold. That is, we're on our different journeys, different paths, but it's about the consistency and going down there. And if there's anybody that's an example of you got this, that would be Dr. James sitting right next to me. Anything else you want to share? Anything else that...
Well, anytime when I'm given an opportunity like this, I definitely want to shout out the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's my home. I think that if you can visit it any point in time, you should. All you need is a passport. Not even a passport. You could come with a license. A passport is not required. But yeah, I had to just run a little tourism in there because I just love my home. And
well, Dr. James might have a career in marketing as well. Well, on behalf of everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to share your story, to share your experience. It's inspiring, and it's an incredible example of someone that's focused, that has a clear vision in their mind, and is going to get it done. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, and going back to my support system, my grandmother came out, my sister from New York came out with her husband. I'm just extremely proud. My childhood best friend drove all the way to see me. So my aunts, it's just, I felt the love today. I felt the love.
Now, I'm going to ask you one more because you mentioned there so many people came out from different parts, right? My family loves me too. I don't know if I'm getting 18 people to travel cross country, right? And different things. Why? What was the draw?
I think that they each believe in me so much and they support me regardless, that if I said, hey, next month I'm graduating, they'll be like, okay, let's go. I have a very strong supportive network. Definitely. So it was just hey guys, I'm graduating. Attend my commencement ceremony. And it was like, we'll be there. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's my family.
We'll talk about the power of community and that encouragement. I can only imagine what that feels like today. And I'm sure they're all glad that they came to see this incredible accomplishment. And again, we can't wait to see, for the university thinks it's a family. So for the fellow alumni, I expect we're going to see you around, and we're going to be hearing more about Dr. James. And again, one final comment for those of us that, especially the doctorate, because not many people, right, go into that. Tell me a little bit, how long did it take you to accomplish that?
Under 4 years.
Under 4 years?
Yes.
Under 4 years. Was it easy?
It was not easy, but I made it.
You made it.
I made it.
And anybody else that's thinking about it, as long as they're in it like you are, committed to finish it, they can make it too.
They definitely can. If I can do it, you can do it too.
Oh, thank you, Dr. James.
Thank you.
I'm Stephan Pascal, and thank you so much for joining us for the 2026 commencement.